Hi, everyone. This is Marcel with the technical writing team at GitLab. And just now, I have to make some changes to a contributor's branch. So I'd just like to record a video about that just to show how it's done in case that helps anyone. So let me start by sharing my desktop. So I have this merge request here with a failed pipeline due to danger, and danger is reporting trouble with the commit messages. It's something we see fairly frequently. The subject must start with a capital letter and must not end with a period. So if we look here, sure enough, it doesn't start with a capital letter and it ends with a period. There's another issue with this merge request, and I asked the contributor if he needed help with it. And they said, yes, if you wouldn't mind running the command and committing to my branch, I would appreciate it greatly. So I think it's a really good, if you've never worked with the contributor before and you're not really sure if they want people to work on their branch, it's good to ask them first and make sure you get permission to do that before you start working on their branch and making changes to it. So I also have another merge request from the same contributor with a similar problem. And so they're aware that I'm going to make these changes. So before I start, I have a snippet here that I've made with all of the process that I follow that makes it much easier for me. So and this is a public snippet, so anyone can use it. It's 2304444. I'll add it to the description of this video when I upload it as well. So I'm going to copy the whole file. And I'm working from VS Code. So in a temp file in VS Code, I'm just going to paste this template in. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to copy and paste the snippet, which I did. Then I want to select checkout branch in the MR and copy and paste the step 1 section into the space below the space here. So from that merge request, there is a checkout branch button and there is a step 1. I'm going to copy that and I'll paste it in. So I have several commands down here that I need to fill in with the information, and the guidelines are here. So the username is the username or namespace for the fork. So in my example, that's right in the middle here, right in the middle here. And if I look, there we go, we have it there. So I'm going to find and replace the username. And that'll fill out these commands. I'm going to do the same thing for the branch name. It's here. And finally, I'm going to do the full repo path. And that is here. So now my commands are all ready to go and I don't need to type anything. So the first thing we want to do is add their repo as a remote to this repo. So if I do just a git remote, you can see that I only have origin, and that's the main parent project, the GitLab project. So I can paste this command in and it's going to add theirs. Normally I don't go and run all these extra commands, but I'll run them now just so you can see. So if we remote, you can see that it's now added to the list. Next, we want to fetch their branch. I have an alternative command if this doesn't work over here, but this usually works for me. And then finally, I check out the branch with this longer command. Sometimes just a short command works, but I find I needed to add track, and this will always work. At least it always works for me now. And now I'm checked out in their branch. So if we check the commits tab, there's just the one commit with this, with the bad commit message or get title. And if I do a git log, we can see that it matches. So I have some frequently used commands here as well, just to remind me. So in this case, I only need to fix a single commit message. I don't need to rebase this one right now. And the number, if you haven't done an interactive rebase before, the number after head is the number of commits that you need to go back. And in this case, there's only a single commit. So I can do that here. Let me expand that. So there's just that single commit does show up. And what I want to do is, if we look down here, I want to reword. So I want to use the commit, but I just want to edit the commit message. So instead of pick, I can type reword, but R also works as well. You can just use R. I'm going to save this. And now it'll pop up and ask me, what do I want as the new message? So we don't need the period on the end, and we want to start with a capital letter. So this contributor has referenced the issue that they're addressing. So I'll just make that see issue 360253. We want details just as a quick fix. Like that. So now we have a capital letter, we have no period on the end, and we have a small body if we need to. We'll save that. So we've recommitted, and you can see that the author hasn't changed. It's still the original contributor. That looks good. Git log. So we now have the updated commit. And if we go back up here, so I'm finished my work. I've done my work. There we go. So now I want to push. In this, you don't always have to do -F, but often I'm rebasing or I'm rewriting commit messages and things. So then I do have to force push. So in this case, I will force push. Now that I'm finished working, I don't need their fork linked to my repo locally, so I'll remove that. And then we're all clean now. There we go. Just origin. If we come back to the merge request, jumping ahead here, there's a bit of a lag, but now we can see that the commit has made it. If we look at the commit tab here, you can see that it now shows updated with the same author, but it shows that you were the one that pushed the commit. The message looks good. And you can see that there's no more danger warning. And if the rest of the pipeline runs green, it'll be ready to merge and ready for review. So I hope that helps you out if you need to work on a contributor's branch. And if you have any questions, feel free to ping me. Thanks a lot.